To join us on the program, Dr. AWR Hawkins from Andrew Breitbart's BigGovernment.com. Dr. Hawkins, thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the program tonight.
Cam, great to be with you.
Well, listen, I appreciate your continued coverage of Fast and Furious. And as you point out, May of this year, Attorney General Eric Holder appeared before the House Oversight Committee, and Isa asked, when did you first know about the program called Fast and Furious? Holder's response, quote, I'm not sure of the exact date, but I probably heard about Fast and Furious for the first time over the last few weeks. And now we know that that is apparently not the case.
Yeah, you know that's false, and you know that he found out about it July 5th, 2010, and that he was regularly updated on it from July till that testimony May 3rd. So that's roughly 10 months that he knew about it, although he said he only learned about it in the previous few weeks.
You know, you point out in your column, you say that Holder's now saying he misunderstood the question from Congress. He did know about Fast and Furious, just not the details. And you say that is the same tired defense that others under Holder have been making. In fact, that's the defense that everybody's been making, that they may have known about Fast and Furious, but they didn't really know about it.
Well, and my question would be, what is Fast and Furious apart from the gun walking? What else is there to know? I mean, that's the question I want to know. If you knew about Fast and Furious, but you didn't know about the 2,500 guns that were sold in order to be passed to cartel members in Mexico, if that's not what you knew, then what did you know?
You know, it's an excellent question. And the response, again, from the administration seems to be not much. That there are a lot of briefings that cross the desk of the Attorney General every week, and gosh, he can't be expected to read every briefing paper that he sees.
Well, I agree, but I go to the two I cited in the column you're mentioning from today. October 18th, he's warned actually, look, indictments on Fast and Furious are going to come pretty quick, and then 4 days later, he's told by a deputy attorney general, look, don't worry a lot about it, because when people see the gun walking that we've been doing, they won't get that worked up over it because they're used to the idea of American guns in Mexico. And so not only is he told that indictments are coming, which should give him a clue something big's going on, but he's also told explicitly that this is over gun walking, but then he's told, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. So I just have a problem believing that he didn't know.
Well, I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing Attorney General Holder before Congress once again. And what's your take on, to me, a very underreported aspect of this story, but a very intriguing one? Cheryl Atkinson, the CBS investigative reporter, was on the Laura Ingraham show earlier today, and she said that she was yelled at and screamed at by DOJ and White House press officials for daring to report this story. She said that they told her the Washington Post gets it, the New York Times gets it, the LA Times gets it. Why are you the only one continuing to report on this story?
Yeah, I mean, the obvious thing, she broke ranks. And CBS, as I wrote the other day, credit to them. They have, in large part, broken ranks with the rest of the mainstream media for roughly a month and a half. They have been reporting Fast and Furious. They've been uncovering things. They're the ones with the secret recordings, so on and so forth. They are rolling on Obama, and it's a beautiful thing.
Where does this go from here, Dr. Hawkins? I mean, what do you think happens next?
Well, I mean, I think Isa is an angry man because he said early on that he didn't believe that Holder had been truthful with him. And now we see the proof. Isa was right. His gut check was right. I believe Lamar Smith will nip at heels. He'll be like, and I don't say this critically of him, it's just the way I'm going to describe him. He's going to be like that little dog that keeps nipping at your ankles until you either lean down and do it at once or you do something. And I think Lamar Smith is going to keep pressing for a special prosecutor until we'll either see Holder resign or or face some degree of prosecution. And if he is allowed to resign, that's the easy way out. I hope that doesn't happen.
It's interesting. We've had a couple of folks actually call for Attorney General Eric Holder's resignation on this program tonight, including Sheriff Paul Babu from Pinal County, Arizona, and Congressman Blake Farenthold from Texas. But we asked Representative Farenthold what he thought the chances were that Eric Holder would resign or be forced out, and he said, not likely in his opinion. As a matter of fact, I mean, it does seem like the administration is doubling down in their not necessarily their defense of Fast and Furious, but their attacks on those who are investigating Fast and Furious.
No, I agree, and let me be clear. I don't want to sound like I differ from those two men to a great degree. The thing I would hate about him resigning is he can resign prosecution. I don't care if he resigns as long as he faces prosecution. But this is a monstrous criminal undertaking. We have the death of hundreds. We have 1,000 guns still on the streets unaccounted for. Who knows if they're all in Mexico? Many of them may be in the United States. Somebody's got to go to prison over this.
You would think. But again, the excuse from the administration today, the latest was, well, there was another program that had similar tactics to Operation Fast and Furious that was started during the Bush administration, the Operation Wide Receiver. Now, the Associated Press ran this story based on some DOJ sources that were outlining Operation Wide Receiver. But, it's interesting, Dr. Hawkins, the AP didn't say anything about how many people died as a result of Operation Wide Receiver, or, in fact, how many guns were actually lost and unaccounted for. They just said that, suspected straw buyers were allowed to purchase guns, but we don't know when those guns were taken into custody or how many, if any, were actually allowed to disappear. That's something very different about Fast and Furious.
Oh, I agree. I had a gentleman, and I can't remember his name, and I wouldn't use it anyway, but I have a gentleman who emailed me in response to my article today and brought to mind again a speech that Obama had given in 2009 while in Mexico, where he sat with the Mexican president, talked about how dangerous the border was because of U.S. guns. Obama's the one that used the phrase, because of U.S. guns, and that we had to do better. And as you read that now in context, you see that even though there may have been some type of gun walking or some type of precursor to this under Bush, Obama and Holder stepped this up to such a degree that here we are now in the condition we're in. And the goal, as you and I have said many times on many nights, the goal in this was obvious. It was to cause chaos so that they could pass more gun control and take away more of our liberty. And they can talk all they want about what Bush may or may not have done. But, what Bush may or may not have done on a small scale can't come anywhere close to what they have done now. And someone in that administration needs to pay the price. Someone in Obama's administration is going to have to pay the price. This is not Bush's price to pay.
Well, listen, Dr. Hawkins, I can't thank you enough, sir, for joining us tonight. And please keep up the great reporting on the latest with Fast and Furious, will you?
And you keep up the great job there, Cam. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much. Dr. AWR Hawkins joining us here tonight on Cam & Company from Andrew Breitbart's BigGovernment.com.